Hi, I'm Frank McClendon. Come on in. I was just cleaning up my children's room. With two rambunctious children, it's a never-ending job. My Aunt Maddie built this house. Unfortunately, when the typhoid epidemic hit Tyler, she caught it and passed away. Her husband, Harrison, remarried about 5 years later and moved to Beaumont. It was about that time that my father and mother bought this house and moved in with 8 children, including me. Shortly thereafter, my youngest sister, Sarah, was born, and we became 9. I guess I shouldn't complain about cleaning up after 2 children.
Hello, I'm Harrison Mose Whitaker, the original patriarch of this house. I moved to Tyler in 1882 from my childhood home, a plantation in Jefferson, Texas. I had just graduated law school from the University of Virginia, where I met my future bride, Martha Matilda Bonner, or as most folks called her, Maddie. Maddie was a fine art student at Hollins College and was the sister of my best friend, Willie Bonner, and the daughter of Judge Micah and Elizabeth Bonner. Maddie had gotten extremely homesick and was begging to be allowed to quit school and come home. Well, Judge Bonner didn't become a judge by being dumb. He had an idea how to fix this. He called Maddie's brother, my friend Willie, and asked him to invite her to visit his college over the holidays. When Willie went to the train station to pick her up, well, I tagged along. And the minute I saw her step off that train, I knew I had beheld the love of my life. The Bonner family had lived in the Tyler area for generations, and it contributed greatly to the success and growth of this town. Members of the family included, a former Speaker of the House of Legislature, Thomas R. Bonner, and an early mayor of Tyler, John H. Bonner. Maddie's own grandfather, the Reverend William Neville Bonner, was one of East Texas' first iterate Methodist ministers. Maddie and I married in 1873, and her father, as a wedding gift, gave us these 2 acres. At that time, there was only a single structure standing on the property, a single room. That room became the foundation of everything we built upon it. And as we built our home, my law firm went on to serve as the general attorneys for the Railroad of Texas and St. Louis in 1882. You should have seen the house back in my day. It was just as grand, but a little different. We had no kitchen inside the house, no indoor plumbing, no electricity, but we did have plenty of determination and love. Life was good, till my Maddie became ill and passed away. After that, my heart was broken. I just couldn't bear to live here without her, so I rented out the place and moved back to Jefferson. Well, I've rambled on long enough. I believe I'm going to get back to my paperwork that's going to eventually bring the railroad to this town and help us grow. I bid you farewell and good night, and do remember, keep track of your family and friends, because you never know how they're going to influence you and the things around you.
Those ladies picked this morning. Well, hi, how are you? You got to excuse me because I'm making dinner and I got a lot of mouths to feed and personalities to please. Well, the kids all call me Aunt Amy, and I've looked after every single one of them, including some of those grown ones that still act like kids themselves. But you ain't got to worry about that because Aunt Amy can handle it. I swear this house is always so busy. Why, with Miss Annie and her interest in the suffragette movement and little Miss Sarah prancing around here acting like the king of the castle herself. This family can be such a handful at times, but I love them and I treat them just like they my very own. While we was all so sad when Sidney and Charles had to go out to fight the good fight in the First World War, we were proud at the same time because those were our boys. Our boys were out there fighting for what was right. And lo and behold, Frank and Emma LaSalle went off to go fight in the Second World War, and I looked after this family through every single one of them. I took care of them in their good times, while with their birthday parties and political rallies and entertaining important political people like the governor of New York. And I looked after them in their bad times too. Like every day we dreaded that knock on the door that was going to tell us one of our kids had died fighting in the war. And the stories I could tell you. Like for instance, look out that window right there. You see that big old oak tree? Well, if you look up to the top, you'll see where it was a limb cut right off the top of it. And you want to know why that was cut off the top? Because that limb used to reach way over the top of this house. And that little rascal of a tomboy, Sarah, she would climb on the roof of the house, into the tree, and scare me and her mother half to death. I tell you, if they didn't cut it down, I was going to chop the whole thing down myself. Oh, and she was none too happy with our decision. But I baked her some cookies, and she forgave us right away for cutting down her playhouse. And when this old thing of electricity come along, it had me scared to death. I mean, who would have thought to flip on the switch and create light? It seemed like some kind of magic if you ask me. And this kitchen here, it wasn't always a part of the house. It used to sit about 20 yards back because the family figured it'd be easier to rebuild the kitchen than it would a whole house. And what about that time little Frank tried to slide down the staircase bouncing like his own older brother? Well, look at me. I ain't got time to tell you everything. But if you go out that back door there, you see that well I drew from her many a day. And if you see that little Sarah, you tell her I'm baking her favorite cookies tonight. Y'all have a nice night.